Yes. Noniin, vihdoinkin. Tässä meni pieni hetki, että me saatiin tämä homma käyntiin. Kiitos teknisten ongelmien, jotka ovat meistä riippumattomia. Mutta vihdoinkin me saatiin koko homma läpi. Ja kyseessähän on siis MSIin tuoma, niin kuin, no eihän se siellä enää näy, olisin just luntanut. Eli Rainbow Six Siegen Showmatch, missä on vastakkain Ense ja Motion Gaming. Tai Motion Gaming, ihan mitä se haluaa sanoa. Ja mulla on tässä vieressä Salti, oliko se Atte Virtanen? Joo. Atte on toimii managerina ja lupasit kertoa meille vähän tästä pelistä, koska täällä on varmasti ihmisiä, jotka ei koskaan nähnyt tätä. Kyseessä on oikeasti aika makea peli. Niin mikä tekee Rainbow Six Siegestä hyvän eSports-pelin?
Kanssa, ja sitten siinä tietenkin se fragäämispuoli on hyvin tyydyttävä. Että jos sä et ole taktinen pelaaja, niin sä voit vaan lähteä fragäämään. Että se sopii kasuaalille pelaajalle ja sitten tosi kompetitiiviselle. Joo, se tuo sitä eteenpäin.
No, meillä on tässä näin 2 joukkuetta. Voitko kertoa vähän näiden joukkueiden historiasta, miten ne on oikeastaan, mikä niiden paikka eSportsissa on tällä hetkellä?
No, tässä meillä toisella puolella on tämänhetkinen maailman paras joukkue, ja jolla on pitkä historia muutenkin Siegessä, ihan huipulla. Ja tässä meillä on sitten uusi haastaja Motion Gaming, joka syntyi vähän aikaa sitten ihan viralliseksi tiimiksi. Ja me ollaan kilpailtu sitten Nordicissa muun muassa kesällä. Pelattiin Enseä vastaan siellä vähän toisenlaisilla tuloksilla. Että tää on tämmönen showmatch, jossa sitten lähdetään haastamaan. Tässä on käytännössä virallisesti Suomen 2 parasta tiimiä.
Ja kysehän ei ole siis mistään pikkupelistä, vaan tää on oikeasti laaja peli. Se ei vaan näyttäydy vielä Suomessa kovin vahvasti.
Joo, ehdottomasti tälle. Ja tämän tarkoitus on se, että me saadaan tuoda sitten tätä, kasvattaa communityä tällä showmatchilla. Että tuodaan julki tämmönen hieno peli, jotta se lähtee sitten suomalaisilla vielä enemmän ylöspäin.
No varmasti siellä rupeaa pikkuhiljaa yleisössäkin sormet syyhyämään ja olisi valmiita niin kun lähteä katsomaan tätä matsia, niin eiköhän me päästä ihmiset nauttimaan. Joten kiitos teille kaikille katsomaan, nauttikaa matsista ja meillä on selostajat tuolla, jotka ottaa homman haltuun jotakuinkin nyt.
That's a throw to me, but I don't speak Finnish, so Protex gave me a little nod. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our Rainbow Six Siege showmatch here. Thank you, Tontu, on the stage. Probably mispronounced his name too, but Protex, thank you for joining me here. I can say yours.
Great to be here.
Welcome. Right, so we have Ents versus Motion Gaming, and while everyone knows everything there is to know about Ents, and they're current reigning Pro League champions and looking down the barrel of the Invitational to keep that up, who are Motion Gaming? Tell the world what to expect from what I've been told is the #2 team in Finland.
Yeah, as Salti just said, that Motion Gaming is basically the second best team in the Finland currently, and they have been playing together for about a year now, basically Go-Force, and also challenging Ents in Nordic Championships.
Yeah, there's going to be some names in here that I'm sure people at home will recognize from things like the Nordic Championships, from some of the online qualifiers of various events that have been coming up recently, and names that have just been around in the scene for quite a long time. We are going to see a set 3 maps. We didn't do a full pick and ban with this. We've just gone with the team map each and something a bit wild in the middle. Please, Protect, talk to me about what these 3 maps are. Introduce them for the teams.
We're going to play first Border. Border is one of the classic Rainbow Six competitive maps. Yeah. Like what we have seen lately, Border is playing quite a lot in Pro League. Next map is Chalet, also I would say a classic.
Yes, definitely a classic from the original. At least Border was a couple of DLCs late. Chalet has been in the game since the launch and has always been there on the competitive tier.
And as usual, the best is the last, and Clubhouse.
Best is the last. Now I know a lot of people that would challenge your judgment. Yeah. Clubhouse is the best map right now, but we'll see how that shakes down as this unfolds. Now, other full disclosure, we're going to go here. Not only are we casting this, I'm back to using the spectate camera myself. Yeah. It's been a long time since I've done this, so I would like to apologize ahead of time, but it's going to be fun. That's to say the least.
Yeah.
It's good to be back behind the desk of a Rainbow Six Siege broadcaster.
Yeah.
I've got to admit that.
I can only say that first time for everything, right?
Yes, that's true. The first time for Protex to do this in English. Last year he did it here in Finnish.
Yeah.
And, now he's been thrown in at the deep end alongside me.
Yeah.
It's going to be good. So, of course, Ents here looking to, I don't want to say prove some things, because they are obviously going to try and keep some things hidden. The Invitational is just around the corner. They don't want to give away too much, but of course, you also don't want to lose right on the back of going to the Invitational. They want to get a win under their belt. And Uno now, right in saying probably first time on a stage format right now in front of a crowd with the lights. So that's a bit of experience that he could, I mean, invaluably pick up here.
And they had only like month or so to adjust for Shuttle leaving for Penta, one of the core players, and now they are playing with Juno, brand new player and on first time on LAN.
can't find the question mark on this keyboard, but we'll get the players ready as I'm learning my way around. Ents are giving us a ready, and Sampo giving us a ready. So let's get this game underway. Kicking things off, despite our order earlier on, players asked for Chalet first, so we'll go in with that.
Yeah.
And this will get us underway. It's going to be, I believe, Ents on our attack side first. And well, we've seen I mean, it sticks in my mind, and I'm going to bring it up, and he's going to hate me for it, but the last time that I vividly remember Ents attacking on Chalet, Wilkie killed himself with a firebolt. Now, I've done many more since, but that sticks around in my mind.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Wilkie's fond of that memory. All right. I found the right button. Sexy new spectator overlay as well. As the defense setup for Motti on takes shape, Sampo is out very early on to place down located some cameras and reinforce the base carry. Diggy runs around upstairs, shotgun. Smoke opening these hatches and giving the rotate options towards his team. Quite the recent changes, still running Ella. I'm not too surprised by that one. And hiding is concussion mines in those. Otherwise, very, very mobile lineup here for Motti on Gaming. A lot of rotations being made on the basement levels. Players playing upstairs as well. Oh, missing that drone. Ooh, might be big actually for Nazbe not being able to find that. But no one playing too static on the site itself. To try and keep an eye on Wilkie here at the moment, because this fuse getting to the top floor is going to be a pivotal part of this end strategy. Is one of a, I don't say one-trick pony operator, but if you can't get him above a site these days, you're not really going to use that gadget anywhere else, and he just becomes a mobile turret, not much extra use to him. At the moment, teasing his way around the front of the map, using these cheeky little angles to have a look up towards the library site, while his team shake things up on the other end of the push. Towards Master Bedroom, sending Panari and Kanto leading the charge on being through the Master Bedroom. They do tag a couple of rounds off towards the Jaeger, leading inside with Oscar, but they cannot land the frag. Hatch is being opened up now, leaves Panari open to be a little bit more aggressive, as Wilkie does pick up the opening kill, taking down Lubo's Ella as he pushes in towards the office. The backup is pushed, and that top floor is now wholeheartedly in control of Sisu. That said, there's still a Pulse walking around underneath, and while he was shot at and tagged, we're not entirely sure if they know exactly who the operator was, so they need to be cautious. They don't stand too static above him right now here in the kitchen.
Oh, now we're going to see a
C4's going out. It's going to stick to the window. Doesn't do the damage it needs, because it was spotted. Wilkie did take half of his health from that. Outside the drone hole, he spots a couple more as they're coming in through the window. Jumps straight past the Jaeger, but it's a 3K really quickly here for Ents as Wilkie picks up 2. Stiggy take round number 1. I think more by a little bit of a reactionary flick than it was that he actually saw the target there, as he jumps in through that window, backing up his team. They did use so they used Uno very, very aggressively upstairs, using that Ying to get themselves into the master bedroom, but they kept all of her charges, kept all of her flashbangs until it came to actually pushing the site right at the end there.
Motion tried to prevent Ents attacking upstairs by heavy roaming, but they couldn't get the opening kill.
Kento laying out his Elemines in slightly more defensive places than we saw Lubo place theirs down. Lubo took his largely to the basement and out towards the push from dining, whereas Kantos are all going to come into play late game if and when Moto Oni actually get inside the bomb site itself. Otherwise though, he then starts setting up defenses around the library location upstairs, gives his team a bit of safety for running and roaming around up there, as you can see. No setup set around that location for Moto Oni, and that's one of the reasons Wilkie was able to pick up one of those kills on the targets and running around there. Wilkie himself, speaking of it, is actually playing across. He's placed close to his mats. I didn't see where, but I'm going to hazard a guess to somewhere around the trophy window.
Yeah, I would guess that too.
You can see. That's no surprise, tried and true on smoke. And there's another trap underneath the master bedroom hatch. No rotate at the moment between the bomb site and the kitchen here, until we see Scissor's playing prone by the window, but doesn't want to give his position away by shooting those holes in the wall too early. And now, when he's realizing they're quickly coming through, he'll start to switch it up for that. Outside, Stiggy playing the recently buffed Kappa Tower, holding angles on the trophy window from the front of the house for the moment. Does drone through library and spot to Ella. Keeps his drone alive for a little bit longer, but it's being chased. Just keeps an idea of where she may be. Kanto getting up there. Bootsy though takes down Nasby very quickly through a hole in the floor down to below the trophy room itself. Putting a buck down there is a pretty common play, but with no extra support, Nasby gets picked off quickly by Bootsy. He's got a hole in the floor leading out towards the balcony. Can't get the C4 right. It'll blow up. It may have stopped the charge. No, it didn't stop enough charges, so ultimately Wilkie's taking a bit of damage as he runs around downstairs. I still find it slightly insulting he's using the extended barrel on Frost, but you know what? He can do what he wants. He's a world champion. He heads on up to the library to join Kanto and Caddy now as he starts to spray in through the library window, but not quite in the right spot, and it gives Kanto an easy bomb spray straight onto Siggy's location. Lubo dive upstairs, does find that Frost trap through the hole in the floor, but now has to jump down to revive his fallen teammate Sampo, just as the smoke grenade lands square on his face to shut him out. Oscar Mosca does take Ueno down. Finishes off Lubo Dai outside the trophy window. Ueno is a place in Japan that I got back from last week, not this player's name. His name is Uno. Oscar does go for a jump through the window. Panari will land square on his head and shut him out. There was so many players left up front, so that was a mountain of a climb for him if he really wanted to make it through that window.
While Panari appears.
Yes. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of that throughout this game. Especially as the lead starts to stretch out. There are some players on this end lineup that are not afraid of sticking their head out of windows. Or in Panari's case, their entire body.
And it's really showing off why they are the world champions currently.
That's true. Switching things back to
attackers need to locate
the other side. We'll keep once again sticking on the fuse. Switching up the Thatcher, but otherwise playing a similar lineup to what they did before. Motti on staying in this kitchen trophy location and actually putting a reinforcement here between the kitchen and the trophy. They did it last time, and it actually helped the push from Ents get control of the kitchen by jumping through, or get control of the trophy room by jumping through that window. We'll see if they can defend it better this time themselves. Sampo once more was downstairs placing a camera and reinforcing the garage walls. Rodai is currently the man down there if he's looking to stay within 5 seconds to go. Get himself set up for an early position or two. Nasby previously started around on the top floor, is now staying around in the kitchen as he was very quickly pushed down and tagged as he went. And they know they need to keep him alive and in this position to really make use of his C4 threat from below. Guys upstairs, it will be a waste. Oscar Mosca then from their last defense. Now he's allowed to be a little bit more flexible and mobile. So we'll see what kind of play and impact he can make as he does start to make some noise in the office. There are a few players down below, but Kanto currently holding the bathroom window. Wilkie was underneath Oscar Mosca last round. Now he's out on that spawn tower, looking towards library and backing up this push from Uno and Kanto. Uno sprays down towards the staircase, which forces Lubudai away, and Kanto jumps out and peeks on him as he flicks over the balcony and tries to run away inside the master bedroom. Now they have droned Jaeger's position now. Panari's drone is leading the way, and Kanto is going to be the one to make that push once they confirm he's still in there. He tries to back away from it for a moment, despite the drone spotting it. Panari kills Oscar Mosca though as he tries to jump out the window and aggressively make a play. So once again, the top floor is now fully in Ence's control. See Wilkie come on in slowly but surely as this hefty 3R fuse makes his way through. But Nasby has finally done some work with that C4 from below, takes out Boonsey.
Surveying for hostiles!
Uno is very low health and pinned inside the fireplace at the moment. Sticky holding a very tight angle towards the stairs from the trophy room. Sampo here has Nasby scouting for him through the floor with that heartbeat sensor. Sampo himself looking through that doorway for an opportunity. The fuse charge comes down on top of them. It does drop down to the floor below to get out to safety as Nasby is picked off by Kanto, who pushes in through dining. Here comes Uno as Kanto tries to back away. The bullets spray back and forth. Sampo actually gets Uno out of the picture before Kanto can finish Sampo off, and he doesn't get the kill at all. Kanto now pushes on in. The sprays left, right, and center again across Sampo's face, and now from the window, Wilkie is spraying through the wall as well. Panari takes Stiggy down inside Trophy, and Sampo is alone. The flashbang is coming in from the window. He's completely blind. Kanto's going to be pushing forward, and it's an easy kill.
3-0 for Ents. Quite convincing.
Very convincing at the moment. They're not really breaking a sweat at this point. Every time that someone on Motion try and step out and get a kill or be a little bit aggressive, someone from Ents is there to answer it in a different direction. They're jumping out and picking one way. There's going to be there's no one here. There's someone behind and he gets shot in the back. Or on the opportunities they do get a kill, like Uno falling down to Sampo there. There's a second one backing him up, and Kanto was there to clean it. There's always someone watching someone else's back here, and nothing that Motion can do is changing that or giving them an opening to make it count.
I think they're doing a lot of right thing.
Switching up now the defense, of course, for Ents, having successfully held upstairs. They're now forced downstairs. You can see spotted by the drones. It turns and runs away, setting up his barbed wire towards the backside of the site. We also have Uno here, of course, on near up. See where the windows end up. There's a couple of standard positions for this map, but they also are a little bit flexible from time to time. Begins, mate. Small one, so allows them to hold this backside of the site with a little bit more flexibility.
10 seconds left before insertion.
I wonder if that was broken on your screen.
5 seconds remaining.
We'll see. Bandit batteries put down, of course, on the wall, carrying forward the windows, and we do see a peak from the rift coming on outside. Did pick the right spawn, but they had all run off in a safer direction, so he wasn't going to catch a glimpse of them. But it was a nice attempt. The wall now gets resealed back up behind him. Bandit can to put his batteries down and stop Sampo's thermite plate from making the holes he wants. He's got a drone outside, so he will spot the bandits playing here, but with the batteries pre-placed, it might just take the one EMP here from Nazmi to clear them off, and it will do. Now, I don't know if they saw that the bandit was running out. He does come back. I can't find the right spectator. He doesn't get another battery down in time. Panari held one in his hand spare, but couldn't get it onto the wall, and it does get opened up. However, now that it's open, Motion don't really seem to mind too much about putting pressure there. They're just leaving Stiggy here, just throwing 1 or 2 shots through the wall and just keeping someone's attention in this direction, while the rest of them are making sure the rest of the map is clear and the backside appears to have become their focus. Oscar Mosca, in fact, is actually thinking about pushing down the blue corridor at the back as Kanto Ricchetti takes down Lubedai, and we'll get a second one onto Oscar Mosca himself, stopping this entire flank play with his aggressive push himself. If he does come running out of there, which again, we know they like to do, Stiggy will be the next man in his sights, but he's waiting and ready in case Kanto comes his way. Kanto, meanwhile, is now opening up the front fireplace, looking in towards Bar. Stiggy still cautious of the flank behind him, and he's now running around on the top floor, also having an opening onto fireplace. Kanto Ricchetti decided to slow down. It's still 1:30 on the clock. That's a long time as far as Rainbow's concerned. So he doesn't want to peek this too soon and give them an opening. Now he's going out, peeking his way behind, right behind Stiggy. Does do a lot of damage, downs him. Will get the kill on Stiggy, but immediately traded back by Sampo as Wilkie trades Nasby out further up. 1v4. 1 minute, 10 seconds on the clock to go. We've seen tougher clutches pulled off in the past, but it's still not an easy thing to do. Being prone by the thermo wall. There is a bandit. He's hidden behind the scope at the moment, and there it is, Panari. So strangely positioned that Sampo couldn't possibly predict it.
This is some new meta trend.
Yeah. Hiding in your own rubble. 4-0 up. Smooth start then for Ents. I have a feeling though, Motion, they're just finding their groove. This is a stage, it's different. It's not the same as playing at home. 4 rounds, they're probably feeling better now. I think we might see a turnaround. You
think we're gonna see a comeback to 4-6?
I think we'll see a full 4-6 comeback, and Ents will be on the back foot.
Okay.
Gonna put my money on that.
Okay.
I don't have much
We'll
money.
see.
So, Juan Celis Snowmobile Garage is the Motion defense now. They switch things up and go downstairs to try something a bit different as their upstairs hold wasn't working out. Nasby making slightly different shotgun holes then for his squad before reinforcing it back up. See a different angle to put the black mirror on. I like this option. You often see players hiding in the front of the reinforcements behind those barrels, but ultimately that's a little death chamber because you can very easily get shot from all the way down in the far garage. But now with this window there, it's a safe spot you can play in connector and hold that similar angle all the way down the end of the map. So, interesting take on things.
10 seconds left before insertion.
It's also safe to not get shot from the garage door that big gate's opened up. Lubidai runs down the back corridor and will help with some far wide
Attackers
plays
are
with
heading out
the
to the
Jaeger. Oscar thinking about playing it in around that location. Stiggy opens up the entire wall of the small wine cellar. That's opening up the default plant spot, of course, from most situations. And in the moment, will crumble away to nothing. Now, here comes the Ents attack. Wilkie begins by heading around towards the garage door himself, and the EMP from Brunsi will come to clear it out. Lubidai is miles away, so he will just take the one EMP. They're not going to try and do any tricks to juggle it or keep it safe. Wilkie will get that opened up soon. Journeying back to the corridor. We'll get that information for Kanto before I can get my camera there in time. As Stiggy manages to finally get a kill onto Wilkie, but then gets down and quickly finished off by Kanto, who's already the connector now. Has an opportunity to hold them in here, but needs to keep herself safe in the process. They do not have many players left alive, and Ents want to end this map quickly. Uno jumps over the wall, but Sampo's there waiting for it, and I think he might have got flashed by Kanto Raketti in the process. Mira peeks out from connector, but does get across the corner in time and will stay safe and actually land a bit of damage here on Kanto. Does charge into the wall, do a bit to himself as Oscar Moscow takes down Panari, but Boonsi's pushing in onto Sampo, continuing his push into connector and now takes out Nasby. Falls back outside before going too deep because he has to pick up the diffuser, and here comes the flank back for the retake on Oscar Moscow. He's going to come down through the drone there, and Kanto was already pre-firing it too, so they knew he was coming. He's got to rethink his push back to site. He's got to either go the long way around kitchen or drop in through connector, which is his choice. They heard it. Kanto, you can see in blue who are coming, and the shots were out there. Kanto does land an easy headshot, and just like that, my prediction for a comeback is shut down.
But will we see 1-2 on maps?
No. I saw something in Motioni.
Yeah.
I can see glimpses of brilliance, and I think Border might just be what they need.
Okay.
I mean, it's a tough task.
I'm taking bets on that one.
Taking bets on that one. 11-1 Kanto Raketti. There's an Ash player for you. Ash LMA.
Yeah.
So, we'll head to map 2 in just a moment. Motioni had some ideas, had some nice strategies, but it just didn't quite come out. Why are we matchmaking? That's a strange new screen. All right, as we now head over to Border, let's double check they're ready again. I found the question mark this time. Let's see where they go next. For Border, when it comes to playing straight after Chalet, they play a similar kind of style. Both have a lot of vertical options. Yeah. Both have alternate floors that you can control and carry on. I think it's this one. Yes, it is. No. Oh, it was that one. All right, whatever. So yeah, through what you just saw from Moti and how they fell apart against Ents' attacks, how do you play Border differently to try and hold your defenses stronger? Where are the holes in their defense?
Yeah, I think Motion tried to really roam on that Chalet, and they tried to break the Ents' attack by roaming, but as we saw, it just didn't work out for them, so maybe they should just try and
pull that off. This time around, they're starting things on defense again, and we do see them kick things off with a castle and a mute on Stiggy and Sampo. So slightly different operators, and they immediately head on upstairs with Sampo to make those rotates on the upper floor, give their roamers a bit of space to move around up there, and see who and how many they choose to place on that location soon enough. Nasby playing this mirror, and I was going to say it's strange to see mirror on that lower floor defense, but that's why they're not putting her down there. They're bringing her upstairs, and the mirrors themselves will be put on this upper floor. It can be very powerful controlling this big open lockers area, but on the floor below, the actual sites, they don't have too much effect. Semper, meanwhile, is castle barricades, blocking off the back door to workshop because his team have to rotate upstairs through the trapdoors. And one more here in the bathroom as well, just to slow down any push that might be coming their way from that. Boonsi with the new nerf Twitch, rest in peace, pushing on through towards the site. We'll use this drone to get a scout in to tell us before Uno pushes it in as Zofia begins to shake things up as they head quickly in towards the bathroom. You see the Twitch drone headed in that way already. On this side of the map, already under Ents' control. They've got passport in the bag. They've got this teller's location in as well. You managed to save Zofia's charge by using sledge on that door as well. And all the players upstairs for Motioni at the moment kind of wasted as they're not going to be needed. Near does pick up the fill on Uno as he first jumps straight over that shelf, but Kanto trades back on Sampo upstairs. Twitch drone is still being a nuisance here inside the site as Lubodai takes Kanto down upstairs. Still holding in. There's 2 players on the lineup for Nasby, but he can't get either of the kills. Sledge is now deep inside that bathroom with a very low bar of health, but he's looking for an opportunity to turn it around. Finish Nasby back off. He's got support from that side as the switch comes in from Boonsey, and there it is. Wilkie peeks out to trade it straight back as Wilkie had, or as Boonsey had all the attention. Upstairs, Stiggy is down. He dropped through the hatch, and Lubo's trying to flank, but Panari is there waiting for him, leaving Oscar Mosca, the last player left alive here for Motioni. Drops through the back hatch, looks for an opportunity to get the revive off, and it will work. But the flashbangs are coming forward. Boonsey holding the corridor. Wilkie throws his nade on now. And Boonsey is staying prone directly on the diffuser. Stiggy man walk into the toilet here, but Panari's going for the flank around the back. He's got them both lined up. He gets one. Can he get the second? He's run low on the ammo, and he has to switch, but he gets it all the same. Panari with a nail-biting 2v1 at the end. Not the prettiest as he tries to decide which target to prioritize, but ultimately gets the job done. Nicely timed flank. A couple of seconds later, and perhaps he would have been in a much worse situation, but gets in there right as their attention was distracted in towards the bathroom. Does manage to jump on it. Hey, that was me. Armory lockers then. And staying upstairs, a bit more standard with their first defense. It tends to be the go-to for everyone, from ranked players to pros alike. See how they shape it up. They are bringing that mirror. It's again expected, and they are going to bring Wilkie on pulse, possibly to control downstairs and use this C4 from below to stop plants and stop the diffuser going down.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attack.
Once again, running around on Ella. Doesn't do any reinforcements because, you know, team player. There we go. Has to be told what to do. As they now begin to make these holes in the floor. There's Mirror can hold this room below, using those holes below to stay safe in that corner. Make sure he doesn't get shot out from underneath.
10 seconds to insertion.
Meanwhile, Boonsey creating long-range angles from the offices all the way across to the CCTV room. Gives them a massive amount of control of upstairs. It can be played from this mirror window here that's inside B. We're going to watch Stiggy. His buck from below can do a lot of damage to site holds like this, especially when there's mirror windows that can be open, when there's players in predictable spots to get up and the whole floor is destructible. But if he does get killed off too soon, which is what we saw happen to him on Chalet, that's all going to be a null factor. As it is, everyone on Ents is upstairs. So at the moment they have free reign of this site, but there are holes in the floor to show them opportunities to find these kills, and Stiggy will use one straight back against it. Boonsey, that was a nice shot. Head taken clean off. He's looking for the mirror window, but that wasn't where it's placed. Stiggy now needs to rethink where he's going to go, as he doesn't know where the other windows are. They are going to use it to try out position of the roamers upstairs in there. Here's Kanto Ricchetti running out inside of the B bomb. Goes over one side as Wilkie is in here with Panari. They do have the heartbeat sensors on those players below. That's the Ash being tracked. Panari is using the hole that were made in the hatch to try and find an angle onto someone, but they have run away and given up the room below them. Panari with a well-timed flank could do some serious damage here. Stiggy now comes on back, looking for an opportunity, but Lubo takes Panari down with the push upstairs himself. He's back down the metal stairs as Kanto is right there on the top of the staircase looking for opportunity. Shotgun from Smoke is used to open up that hatch. Give him another angle in. This is a good attack here from Motioni. They've got 125 to go. Wukie's very, very low and now making his fall back to site, but there's only 3 players alive here for Ents. They do still have a lot of utility left to come on in. Lubo flashes up the staircase and makes for a push up, but Kanto peeks out and takes him out without any kind of exchange back in the favor of Motioni, so it's a free kill for them. He's still got this mirror in play and he's holding a massive, massive amount of the map from this location. Nasby's drone would have spotted it, then gets taken out quickly. Thermite's going across into CCTV and needs to be careful. He doesn't get spotted actually by Kanto. Luckily enough, he turns his head at the wrong moment. EMP's coming through from the corridor now, and there's a player on each hole. The Buck and Thatcher coming one way each. Kanto needs to pick the right angle first, unless he's going to get traded instantly. For now, he can just stay static behind his window. 40 seconds to go, and not a lot of movement has been done in the last minute here from Motioni. They've got themselves up into CCTV. They're opening up the wall over towards the A site. Nicky, though, will throw his C4 out through the hole and not do a whole lot of anything yet. He's holding very, very close to the EMPs. They're going off. Thatcher, though, turns his back and exposes it, but without the crosshairs, Wilkie actually didn't quite land his aim that properly. Ziggy takes Kanto out over towards B, and now Wilkie and Uno are the only two. The wall does get opened up. Wilkie's got to hold this for 13 seconds as Uno actually helps him out by taking down Stiggy. There's two out on that west balcony now, and they kind of come in. Thermite's one. Wilkie gets him, peeks around, but Oscar Moscow will trade him back. Uno gets the other one. It's suddenly a 1v1. As B has gone to pick up the diffuser. He's got 0 seconds, can't hold the plant, doesn't get the wall bang. Somehow ends hold a 5v3. How did they do that?
I think Motion's attack was like a minute too slow. Like they spent a minute doing nothing.
Yeah, they got upstairs. It was about a minute 40. They'd got those 2 kills. 5v3, minute 40 on the clock. Let's not do anything till 40 seconds.
And lose the round.
Yeah, and then when they did push, it was a bit discombobulated and one by one, and they got picked off and didn't trade any of the kills back. So yeah,
Attackers need to locate
that kind of
and
sums
defuse
it up.
as many bombs as they can.
Wilkie now back onto Sledge, Moonsea onto Twitch, and Uno onto Zafia as we switch things up to another attack round. Once more, Motioni are playing downstairs in this ground floor level with an identical setup to how they held it before. They were close to winning that round. It did come down to the wire, but ultimately a couple of small changes here and there may be all it takes. Plus they now know how how Ends plan to attack it. Oh, it's been a long time. Oh dear. How Ends plan to attack it. So,
5 seconds to
they may know how to change up their defense and prepare for it, holding more towards the Teller's Archives location instead of over towards the other side of the map. Sampo once again with the same castle barricades as the push comes through. They were given up more or less for free last time as the drones came around and spotted it. Sledge was just allowed to walk straight up to it and punch it open with his sledgehammer. It's the kind of things you want to be punishing if you're going to have to force a team into such a close quarters engagement. Make them earn such utility use. But as it is, Ends now deciding to push the complete opposite side of the map, going in through through customs. This side. Sampo picks up the first kill onto Wilkie, but he's low, and he actually gets the second one on Panari, looking for the third, but can't quite manage it. Kanto finishes off that kill, but he did take a bit of damage himself in the process. It's a good hold for Sampo. A great trade, taking 2 down before he went. Now they also know how many members of Ents are in here. They saw 2 of them following him in. Kanto, the man with the diffuser, as Uno coming through jail, will open up an angle in towards the site, take out the castle barricade and the barbed wire with it. Has an angle now towards the bombing location. Does see Mirror on that drone, and now Vinci's going to come over and help him out. The flashbang goes off. Lubodai, though, is upstairs, takes Kanto down, and Stiggy steps straight into Boosie. It's now all on Uno, and Oscar Mosca finishes him off to get around on the board for Motioni.
Yeah, that was terrible missing, and Sampo got 2 kills and almost had a third one as well.
I told you the comeback was coming.
Yeah.
It was on its way.
This is it.
This is it. Yeah, it's not going to stop now. It's going to be like a freight train.
Still taking bets on that.
So, up to Ents' defense we see. Ventilation room and workshop is now their choice as they head down below. What will their setup look like? Well, at the moment, it doesn't have a mute and it doesn't have a castle. There's still time to change, but I don't think it's going to happen as Wilkie is staying tried and true with his Frost. Didn't see any real impact from the traps on Chalet, but that might be different here as it is a slightly more spread out defense for this map. Let's see where he puts it. Let's have a look. That's the B window. I'm so surprised. And that's barbed wire in the B doorway.
Setting barbed wire.
Before he heads on back towards the other side of the map. Meanwhile, Uno is, I believe, upstairs. Yep, setting up his reinforcements and windows up and above to try and hold up there and give the roamers, who I'm sure are going to be playing on the upper floor, room to move around and sight lines they wouldn't normally have, plus safe places to hide behind. There's the second trap for Wilkie behind that common hiding spot inside the base.
Objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Sampo's drone comes in through Tellers to begin with. Does spot Wilkie Frost in there, so at least now they have an idea that some traps will be out on the map. He was closest to the window, but has rethunk his approach because of it, as Kanto picks up the first kill onto Oscar Mosca upstairs very early on. Where did he get that from? Oscar Mosca was no idea. Out and about.
It was run out from the armory door.
There it was, run out from the armory door. Picks him up aggressively, now looking towards CCTV. That wall obviously being shotgunned open gives him an angle all the way through. Sees Sampo's drone. Doesn't want to... Oh, he doesn't go peek, try and kill it, but will miss it in this opportunity. At least now they know that there's someone playing behind that window. Uno dropped back down on top of the server's rack, but he's still on the default camera outside. That should be dead. As Bunsi sits below this hole in the office, looking up and above it. Wilkie was droned out earlier on, of course, but is now repositioned somewhere sneaky to try and catch someone by surprise as the drones and the push continue to go upstairs here for Motioni. The minute and 52, but there's a lot of noise and Ents do know they're coming, but ultimately they can keep themselves pretty hidden here. Took a while, but Ziggy does get a little kill off the Kanto as they burn the clock down. One more player hidden on this top floor. Here's Panari, but Lumodai comes to the door and takes him out while he was trying to challenge Stiggy. This is actually now looking pretty good again for Motioni. Told you so. And now below, the smoke through the floor will take down the first kill. So the grenade will bounce down and land next to him. Bunsi, however, cannot land that smoke grenade to actually finish off the kill, but the shotgun from below will do just that. Sampo falls as Nasby trades Uno. Now it's going to be Wilkie and Bunsi as a twosome trying to hold against three. Bunsi sitting on the frost trap, watches the hatch. Wilkie still over in passport office, is looking for an opportunity to flank. So at the moment it is Bunsi versus three, but I don't know if Motioni have figured that out yet and whether or not they were ready to push him 3v1. Two drones coming in. They've got 48 seconds, which is plenty of time to figure this out and make the push. And with that drone, it actually forces Bunsi out of the site a little way. They're still playing cautiously. Stiggy dropped through the site in the corridors. Bunsi gets one. Picks one out and oh, just loses the top of his shoulders as Stiggy can't quite get the kill. But Bunsi will be finished off by the trade for Nasby. One player left to find and it's Wilkie, and he walks right up to the perfect site. Stiggy steps on a frost trap and Wilkie's right there to trade back Nasby. Walks up to shoot it, and in doing so obviously has his back turned onto Wilkie. Nasby jumps over the metal staircase, landing straight in front of his gun.
Yeah. And again, Emotion had the man advantage on the attack, and still they somehow managed to do the wrong things.
They use so many resources and so much utility finding those few kills they do get, that when it comes to, okay, we have the man advantage, time to push the site, they don't know how to get the site information anymore. Yeah. They've run out of drones or they've run out of utility and they're left in the dark about where these players are on site, and they don't seem to have the communication about giving that info when they do finally get it, when Wilkie makes himself known or when Bunsi makes himself known, that they lose 2 or 3 people to one player before they even get that across to their team that he's coming from here, and then they can trade the kill back. The difference with Ents, of course, is as soon as someone dies, there's someone instantly there ready to take the kill back. That experience playing together and that experience coordinating as a squad. Now, the defense from Motioni has moved to the upper floors, though. They're setting up defense all around the office. All the way along this balcony will make it tough to play out there for the attacking team, but if they do get in, it gives a lot of control as well. So they want to hold this office quite tight. Heads on outside, puts barbed wire on that west corridor, and concussion mine to back it up. Nasby has these mirror windows set up to try and help the hold here in CCTV. And we'll make a couple more holes towards the fountain. Oscar Mosca is the man playing downstairs at the moment. Of course, it's late to get there. In fact, Jaeger has so many gadgets to put down. Stiggy toying with the idea of peeking that east balcony. He is now hiding behind the B-bomb as the push will come through from a very spread out end at the moment. Bunsi up on the ventilation roof, droning in through the office. Panari's right on the edge of this hole looking for an opening. Shots rattle past his head as he does peek around. There's one player, of course, hiding in the fountain that did that. Now dives back in. Kanto, though, coming up from these stairs, holding the angle the other way, does spot that mirror window. Free fires, the shot holds and the wall in case someone tries to peek out from them. They do peek, but only after he's hidden himself back away. Mirror window going to be shot at. Sampo. Does he get them in time? Nope. He was not paying enough attention. He could have got all of those charges if he was there from the start, but he ran out of time. The mirror window gets opened up. Lubo, meanwhile, has been taken out thanks to his reposition. Bootsy getting all the info he needs for the positions of all these players downstairs. Or upstairs, sorry. Sampo once again. Now he's awake and does start beginning to shoot those charges. Gets them all this time, but the window itself is already dead, so it's a little bit more of a saving grace than the big player needed to be. Stiggy over towards the fountain, has a couple more players pushing in towards the office. Kanto comes, Sampo now makes himself known. He does get one kill, but Uno immediately trades him back for Nasby will get Wilkie and Uno in exchange. Stiggy now in a great spot here, has two to find. Boonsy is going to find one, but then be taken out. Nasby taking Boonsy out in return, leaving Panari alone against two. He's been playing there the whole round. They've seen him on drones and they saw him get kills. Panari also has to find Oscar Mosca, the one player that's been an unknown for this moment. And he's currently on a camera. Oscar Mosca, we know where he is. Panari trying to rotate around. Oscar begins to pre-fire it, and he pre-fired just a bit too soon, so Panari was able to locate him before he came around the corner and does get a quick headshot on it. It's now a 1v1.
Attackers have recovered
he's
their
got to be cautious, but he has picked up the diffuser. He knows Nasby was in here somewhere. Did he see that head? He did, but he flicks to it. He'll the same. Nasby falls to Panari for a clutch round.
That office hold was really good for motion, but again, something happened and the rest, Panari got like 3 kills to secure the round for ends.
Panari was just there to clean it through, pick up each kill at the last moment, and then in that 2v1, they just stayed too split. Instead of being there to back each other up or cover each other's back, he was allowed 2 separate 1v1 fights and came out on top of both.
Yeah.
Last chance then for Motioni. They've grabbed a round. Can they get 2? They're on to attack now. They're going to be attacking the Armory Lockers location again as Ents go back to the top floor.
Defenders, protect your bombs.
See how they set things
by
up.
attackers.
I have seen a pretty disciplined Ents here, to be fair. I was expecting a lot more running outside from certain players than I've seen.
Yeah, although it's a show match, but I think it's important for Ents to get the win with the new lineup.
Get a win with the new lineup, and of course, as I say, with this close to the Invitational, don't disregard this kind of game, this kind of experience of playing on the stage, regardless of the challenge you may feel it is from your opponents. Just putting yourself in that mindset, getting the feel for what it's like, reminding yourself, because okay, some of these players have played LAN a lot more than others, but it's still been quite a while since they last did it. Getting this little bit of an edge over the other team's Invitational is not a bad thing to have, so it's good to see them take themselves so seriously. So, setup does get finished, and here comes the push from Motioni. Hope beginning things off by coming around from construction side. Construction side? What am I talking about? From the east side. It's been a long day.
Yeah. Never mind, no one.
Lubo dive heading around to the bus to get up onto that ventilation unit. Now, careful of these windows. Passing around top of the bus is a pretty exposed position, but they've got a Blackbeard to put on the window. But as soon as he peeks on in, he loses his first shield and a lot of his health. Boonsy is inside there and was ready for him. Will have called that position out to his team as well, and Cantorinetti was momentarily peeking the Locker's window. However, inside, Stiggy has managed to creep his way in, thrown underneath, comes around, Boonsy to the bomb, but Boonsy comes out on top. Stiggy was almost ready, but didn't get the flick in time. Reaction to Boonsy just too much. Now he peeks out towards the office. There's one at the window, and it's Nasby, and he will get that kill with ease. In comes Sampo to trade down Kanto, who's trying to flank it around. Uno out on the back, inside with Oscar Mosca still out on the balcony on Blackbeard, holding firm. There's Uno taken down as a good push from the office come through, but Boonsy will take Oscar Mosca out straight through that second shield, and Lubo died to take good measure. Boonsy currently on for an ace, but won't get it as Sampo does trade him straight back. Now, Uno's down, so it's just Wilkie left against Sampo. He's come up to try and defend. He does spot from his team. Sampo gets him through the wall. And we do get round number 2 on the board for Motioni.
Yeah, it is the comeback this time.
I mean, I don't want to speak too soon, to be fair, because some people have had come back before and it didn't quite work out, and I don't want to jinx them.
Yeah.
So, you know, I won't put that kind of pressure on.
Yeah, sure. I think.
So 4 rounds to 2. Montioni back onto defense, and they're going to do something a little bit different. Maybe we'll see if they choose to. No, they switched at the last second. It was bathroom tellers for a moment, but now sticking to their ventilation room workshop. With each defense, they are getting closer to being able to hold it, but also with each time, ends up bringing something different to the attack. So it's not so easy to predict how this one will go down, depending on what ends show up. They are bringing the same operators, but the question is, where do they put them? Where do they push from? We'll have to wait and see. Oscar putting a couple of trophy systems around towards the B site and the front door to begin his setup. Then he puts the last one upstairs to help with his roamers on the upper floor. Lubo dying. Concussion mines in the bathroom, again slowing down any push that's going to come through that way. Sampo as well, just so they can't get surprise rushed from that side. We'll see whether or not he does that this time. I get a feeling he's going to. He's heading in the same route. Yes. Here comes the attacking lineup then. We'll keep starting down on the west side with a few teammates in support, taking out the cameras and begin to push through. Remember last time they came this way, they went through customs and lined up for Sampo's castle to pick up a couple of quick, aggressive kills. We'll see whether or not they can do that again. Tries to pre-fire through the window. It's a nice idea, but the pre-fire comes back at him through the passport office wall. So now he's got to be cautious he doesn't get sandwiched. The drones are heading on through, and Kanto Ricchetti is on the other side of the wall with Hibana from Panari to help out. They're making a prone hold for it. Sampo hears them start and then makes the break for it. Does get spotted on the drone just as he leaves. Sampo going to come around the backside in a moment, but holds firm. He knows he's been spotted. Kanto does get inside passport. He does miss the head. He does get the flick though, and he will down him all the same. Impressive shot from Kanto Ricchetti. Despite initially missing the location of that player thanks to his own scope. There's Uno, drones inside the B site. The position gets pinged out. Wilkie's going to peek through the door, but loses to Nasby, who's over by the window. Good cover for his teammate there. Nasby, though, low in the process. Uno comes through the front door, and a quick flick from Oscar. Oscar upstairs actually picks him off. Nasby is low, though, and there's a Twitch running around his feet. 2 zaps, and he might go down. One more, and there it is, but Kanto pushed in through the side to secure the kill all the same. The diffuser is down in the site. Kanto dancing around inside B, finds one more that drops from above. Stiggy drops, Panari drops, and it's Oscar Mosca on his own now. He's above that server hatch. He's got a trophy system to look after himself, but he's got 3 people to find and a minute 28 on the clock. So cameras left alive from his team in some places to help cover it, and he's going to think about where he comes down. If he drops through here, they'll hear him, but the plant's going. There's the drop. He's going to spot Bunsi over in the doorway. Bunsi misses the first few shots, but will secure it in the end. And just like that, 5-1 in favor, 5-2 in favor of Ents here on map number 2 secures the series.
Yeah, that was world champions playing.
Yeah, yes it was. It was the number 2 team in Finland, Montioni, but it does show the gap between world champions and number 2 in Finland, which is an impressive display all the same. It's good to see Ents in good shape heading into the Invitational next week.
Yeah, only 1 week before Invitational. And
yes, exactly. I was talking to Wilkie earlier on about how grateful they are to have a group stage involved in this Invitational for a change. Because, you know, we've all seen it. The memes are there. Ents is opening games in most tournaments recently, until most recently, but opening games tend not to go their way. Now they have a group stage to be safe in.
Yeah, they totally have like the luxury to lose 1 game before going out on tournament. Exactly. But let's hope that they can get like 5.
Let's hope that this is that practice game, which they didn't lose, which is great. And now they can just go into the Invitational and just go nothing but up. Yeah. See if they can have the good luck there. So we will be hearing from them shortly on the stage. I think it may be Wilkie. It's normally the man himself, but we'll see who it is that stops for a chat. We can still talk to him. I may not be able to understand it, but I think everyone here in the crowd will, and you will. But ultimately, thank you for joining me here and
was a pleasure.
This. It's been good fun. We'll do it again sometime. I'm sure.
Hopefully not.
Yes, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks' time in Canada, which is going to be good fun.
Yeah, that's going to be great.
Yeah, so we do have, I can see him there over your shoulder. Let's. Back his nose. Can't. There he is. It's Wilkie. Take it away. Thank you, guys.
Thanks. So, you had a great show match here. A bit of a overrun, or what would you think?
Well, I missed the question, sorry.
So you were a bit better than your opponent. Was it sort of a run over?
Yeah, well, that was kind of expected, but we wanted to give a good show. So, yeah, I think we gave a pretty good one in Chalet, and then in Border we just tried to make some fast plays, and some worked, some didn't. So, decent match.
So this is a rather new esport. What do you think is the best part of this specific game? Sorry for my English.
I would say the tactical depth, because you have the destructible environment, so you can have vertical gameplay from above and below, and you can, if you see a wall and you think that I want to actually go through that wall, you can do it. That's something you cannot do in many other games, so that's something special in this one, and it opens up so many doors in the tactical perspective that I really like it.
So give us give us your best sales pitch for this game. Why should people start playing this competitively?
Because it's a really good game, and like in Call of Duty's Battlefields or anything like that, it's a game for you. It has more depth, but the same gunplay than those games.
Well, congratulations and thank you for giving us a great show match. If you're interested in this game, you can go actually on the MSI stand over there next to Omen by HP stand, and you can go there and try the game out yourselves. After this will be for the whole thing for the Rainbow Six Siege part of the stream here, and we will be moving on at 23 p.m. or 11 p.m. in layman's terms, when we will be here on the stage talking about Dota 2 and seeing the Dota 2 casual games. Thank you for participating, and we'll see you in a few hours.